Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. I'm so excited that we could do this tonight. It's Seek and You Will Find, where you get to ask me a question and I'm going to answer you with a healing answer. And then I'm also going to do a similar healing to whatever I work on with you to everybody on the call, so that by the end of the call, you've had many healings. And very excited to do this. I just got back from a short vacation and I'm feeling very rested. And so I wanted to share that space with you all. I'm going to start off by doing a healing of my choice, and I'm going to be giving you all a healing on a vacation. And a vacation doesn't mean you necessarily have to physically get up and away. However, there is something to be said about getting physically away from a space that helps you separate from the energy. And so you can vacation at home, but getting actually physically away from the energy is really helpful too. So I'm going to do a quick healing to start everybody off with tonight on a vacation space for this summer. And before I do that, I'm going to set the energy. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity, that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. All right, I'm going to say hello to the composite in the sanctuary. And the very first energy that I see in this when I go to look at creating vacation space is like no, a lot of energy saying that you can't have that. So a lot of non-permission is the first energy coming out. You haven't finished your jobs yet. You haven't finished your duties. You haven't done enough. There's an awful lot of energy about whether or not you deserve a vacation. And a vacation is really just like taking a break. And, the same way you would take a break during the day in your work day, vacation is just a little longer break. There's a little bit of energy coming out about having wasted time on vacation. And I'll just tell you something, if you take a vacation and you don't ground it or set the energy for how you want it to go, it can get out of control and get ungrounded to where you don't get anything done on your vacation, if that was your mock-up. Sometimes it's fun to just do nothing on a vacation. And I think one of the things that I can help you with is actually, excuse me, helping you create space for a vacation. The space has to be created first. And when I look at your space for a vacation, it's really, really, really tiny. And that may be a result of corporate America's picture of what a vacation is. So 2 weeks, that's it. That's what you get, 2 weeks. So you have your own information on vacation, and that's what we're cleaning out. Good. Now I'm starting to see some fun and some laughter being brought into this space. Also, pictures about getting out and being able to move your body are coming into this space now. And I'm clearing the energy of family, and bosses came up. So I'm going to clear both of those energies. This space is being reset at a really beautiful green that has a tiny bit of blue in it and some yellow gold. And it's a really calming, peaceful vibration. All right. And there's your vacation healing. Okay, I'm going to move on to some requests now. For those of you that are new to Seek and You Will Find, you can text me a question if you want it to be anonymous. And my text number is 702-245-2099. Or you can write the question in the chat bar to the right of the screen. You'll have to excuse me, but there's a car alarm going off. Oh, good, it just stopped. So you're going to write your question in the chat bar. And also, you know, it doesn't have to be a question. I was thinking today you could write a topic that you might like to have cleared. And I'm going to start with an example of that because I did get a request to clear a couple of topics. And the first one I'm going to clear is government energy. I thought that was a really good request. So I'm going to take a look at government energy and clear it from your space. Well, it's pretty much all around you. There's a lot of it in your aura. And some of it's very old because it's crunchy. It's brown and it's crunchy, so it's old. I'm going to start clearing this. I have to say, though, a lot of where this energy is stuck is where you resist it. First place the government energy is coming out of is your money. Then the next space is food. Government energy in your food. And government energy in your telepathic channels, where you hear energy. And then government energy above you, above your crown chakra, the way there's so many different ways that government energy owns airspace. So I'm clearing that from your personal space. It's a really heavy energy coming out right now. Wow, that was a good one. That was a great request. I'm going to start filling that space in. Well, it's already being filled in, and it's very sparkly and kind of like a cross between a white and a yellow sparkling, kind of like platinum gold. Yeah, so thank you for that request. And the person that submitted that, I'm going to get to the second request after a couple others. All right? Okay. I have another request. And this, I have to relay a little bit of a story. This is a great request because there's something to be learned in this. This person just had 5 interviews this week for a company for a management position that this person had also applied for last year. And when they applied for it last year, the pay was different. This year, they cut the budget and are offering half of what they were offering for this job as they were offering last year. So the question is, can I clear the energy to be open to saying that they pay this person fairly for the job? I may not have said that right, but this person would like to make sure that they get a fair salary for the job because the job obviously was set at a much higher salary just a year ago. So here's the teaching part of this. Rather than go and try to heal the company and trying to get them to give you more money, what you do is you go back to your mock-up and you just make sure that in your mock-up, you've put the information in there for your salary. So, and the reason why you do it that way is you don't want to wind up healing the company. This is what happens to healers. And if you're a healer, and I know you are, if you're watching this, you're a healer. We have a tendency to want to heal everything and anything. And you cannot make money healing people in the sense that where you have to pull their energy up to where you want it to be. This is why you sent the energy in your mock-up, and then whoever has that high energy that's going to meet your mock-up is going to come in at that vibration, so that you don't have to heal them up in order to be able to have what you want. So what I'm going to do is go back to this person's original mock-up, give that a healing, just make sure that that space is set where they want it. And then I'm going to do a healing for everyone on your mock-up space. Okay. To the person that asked this question, the first thing I see about the offer too is they're just testing the waters, trying to see if they can lowball. I'll be honest with you, the person that asked this, you were being a little wishy-washy when I looked in the space for the dollar amount. You need to be very, very firm in your mind, in your heart about what that dollar amount is. Otherwise, this particular company, they're looking for, they of course, they want to bring somebody in at a low rate, but I think they're really trying to lowball and see if they can get a deal, and that's not a deal to be had. There you go. That is opening up the space now, and you just want to own that picture with that dollar amount for yourself because you deserve it. Good job. Go get it. All right, now for everybody in the sanctuary, I'm going to do a healing on your mock-up space and clean out energy that limits what you believe that you can create for yourself. And the very first energy I hit is family agreements. So other people in the family who don't want you to create above and beyond them. And that is a grainy purple energy that I'm taking out. Also, there's a lack of really clear communication between you and Supreme Being, which will have an effect on your mock-up space. For instance, like if you're not in clear communication and don't believe that you can hear back and forth when you're trying to talk to Supreme Being about your mock-up, well, then you have a problem. So we want that communication space to be really clear. And I would say, excuse me, that the energy in there, it's getting a little warm in here. The energy in there was your basic garden variety destroy energy. So there was some destroy energy in there to be had and to be cleaned out. And then the other energy I see that I'm going to help you with is a lot of beings, a lot of entities in your mock-up space that will diddle your mock-up, which just all that means is like mess with it. So that needs to be cleared. Okay. I'm going to fill that in, and it's actually being filled in with a beautiful orange gold. Okay, good. Now I have another quick question. I love this one. Can you please do a healing on the romantic relationship space and being able to receive love and feel safe and to be loved? I love that. Thank you for asking. Yes, I will do that. Wow. There's so much desire in your wanting romantic love space. And the first thing that I see about that is that there's a desire for, how can I say this? The desire to receive love outweighs the actual action of giving love. So it's a little out of balance, is what I see. Like the desire to be loved is not really I don't see the same amount of love in that equation. I don't think I'm saying this well. Let me do the healing first, and then maybe I might be able to articulate it better. That's what happens with the topic of love. You know, you get all wishy-washy. I can't even talk about it. All right, let me do the healing. Well, this healing has to do with trust because there's so much distrust from previous pain or, relationships where there's been pain. So I'm actually going to ask Supreme Being to come in and give a trust healing. That was really interesting. I just watched like a blanket of gold, like a really soft gold. It almost looked like gold velvet, just be kind of laid over you. So it was just sort of like this energy vibration that just came in and gently just covered you and brought you up to gold. The next thing I'm going to do in relationship to this question is kind of help you expand your capacity for love. So your capacity to love, of course, is limited by the pain that you hit in that space. And so I was trying to clear that, and it was pretty intense pain. So what I did, and this is something for you to remember when you're doing energy work, was I just added some amusement to it, because it wasn't a very funny energy. It was like really serious and really painful. So I put some funny energy in there, and it actually started breaking it up, and that's how I got it to move. So you can keep that in mind. If you run across an energy that's really difficult to clear, doesn't mean you have to start being amused about it, although it never hurts to be amused. But it means, you know, you're staying neutral, but you are putting that amusement in the symbol that you're using for the healing. And now I'm clearing out the space to receive love, because that's a little different than your capacity to love. There's a lot of like a lot of emotions of hurt feelings coming out right now. All right. And a really beautiful orange gold is coming in now and filling that whole space in. To the person who asked that question, you had a couple of snakes in that space. So when it comes to like your question about to feel safe, it had to do with those snakes, and I erased them. But that snakes will come and go. That's something you want to stay on top of. But that was why you were asking about the feeling safe. I just wanted you to know I took care of that. Okay, let me see if there I have. Oh, okay. There's a request for the astral space, and then I have two more requests. So I'll do these, and then we'll wrap up. Okay, so I will do the astral space first. To the person that asked this question, your astral space is suffering a little because of some energy in your third chakra. And also in your second chakra, like when I look at you, there's a lot of energy in front of your abdomen. So I'm going to give you a healing there, and then do a healing on the sanctuary, everybody in the sanctuary's astral body. To the person that asked this question, you are actually working on ending certain family agreements. And so there's a lot of turmoil going on the astral right now. I don't know if you're restless or having trouble sleeping, but that's what I see. There were a lot of cords involved, like it was like a whole nest of cords, and these were from relatives, all kinds of different relatives. And I just saw you really working on family agreements and trying to step out of some of them. Didn't look like a very restful place to go. So I'm giving you a healing on that. Okay. Yeah, you are working a ton of family agreements, and you're in a very busy, active place right now in the astral because you're changing agreements. So I'm going to give everybody else an astral body healing now. Well, the first thing I see about your astral body is that it has collected a lot of energy from the astral. And so when I look at it, there's a lot of really dark blue, dark purple energy that doesn't belong there. And it makes your astral body heavy, which then makes your physical body heavy. So it's an energy that's slowing you down. Most of what I see in here is the vibration of judgment, other people judging you. Then the other energy I'm going to clear is where you go out on the astral, which is your dream space, and you might run into other people, beings, or whatever, and get yourself in trouble. There's a lot of whack energy, like somebody throwing energy at you on the astral. So this is a white energy. So it looks to me like you've gotten knocked around the astral a time or two, and I'm just taking that energy of where you've gotten beat up out of your astral body. Okay. I took out a bunch of like little nicks and digs in your astral body, just like from, like I said, energy being thrown at you, getting whacked, and brought that back up to gold. So there you go. There's your astral body healing. And one last request was to clear the energy of media intimidation. So I'm going to do that healing right now. This is really interesting because the energy shows up as sound waves. So rather than me seeing like a color or something like that, it's like sound waves. And when I look at that energetically, excuse me, to me, that's programming, where they're getting you to do something that you wouldn't normally do unless somebody repeats it over and over and over and shoves it down your throat. So that's what I see going on, or that's how I see media intimidation. I'm going to clear that energy from you. That those sound waves were up at the top of the head, you know, obviously attempting to get into your telepathic channels here, but the sound waves actually reverberated all the way down your aura. So I'm just making sure I get all of that out. Cool. That was a good request. Thank you. All right. So that energy cleared. I'm going to fill you in with gold. And I'm going to finish off by running a little of your certainty in your crown chakra, certainty blue, give you some confidence in the body. Beautiful. Beautiful. You started running a peacock blue green in your crown chakra with a yellow gold. It's beautiful. Okay, I'm going to close out the healing part. May it be with the blessing of divinity that this Seek and You Will Find episode tonight be complete. Amen. All right. And I'm just going to tell you this, what's coming up next week. I'm just going to click here on my calendar. And next Thursday night, I'm teaching the second part of my addiction class. We're going to be going over the energy of the beings that play into the role of the substances that get abused, and also take a look at some family healing agreements that have to do with addiction. So that's coming up Thursday. That's at 7 o'clock. And then the very next night, we have Female Fridays, and we're going to be doing a meditation on creating boundaries. So that's coming up. So I've got 2 things next week that I look forward to seeing you in. And then after that, we have a tool clean out, which I'm really excited about because you know how much I love my tools. And we haven't done a tool clean out for a while. I don't think I've done one for a while. So that's going to be the grounding cord, the golden suns, and the center of head tool. So I'll be cleaning your tools for you. Okay. All right. Thank you for joining me tonight. So good to see you. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Got my eyes on you. Have a wonderful night.